Good evening, everybody, and a welcome out here to a beautiful Merchants Park. We've got Carroll and Kuemper baseball action for you tonight. Mackey Motors pregame show. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City and check them out online as well at MackeyMotors.com. Jeff Langford along with Terry Kaspermauer with you here tonight as we bring you again some baseball action. It's hard to believe for Kuemper. Final game of the regular season. Tigers wrap up the regular season Monday as they're going to host a Winterset Ball Club that they had already defeated once this year down on the road. Kuemper coming in 22-10 on the season, 14-6 right now in the Hawkeye 10. They've won 4 straight and 4 of their last 5. They swept Glenwood in a doubleheader, 9-5 and 13-1. Rolled by Denison Schleswig 12-2. Beat Clarinda second game of a doubleheader, 11-1. Dropped that first game to Clarinda 7-4. For the Carroll Tigers, they come in 6-20 overall, 2-13 in the Raccoon River Conference. The Tigers dropped their last game out. They are currently 3-2 though over their last 5 games, falling to Ballard the other night. Just last night, 15-0. They beat Audubon at 5-4 here on Tuesday night. Lost at Harlan 10-2. Beat Boone 8-3 and knocked off Greene County by a score of 5-1. We're coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Cloudy skies here tonight. No chances of rain really until later on tonight. But when you see these kind of clouds, you kind of wonder if maybe some rain will hit us, but we certainly hope it will not rain here tonight. Bringing in my broadcast partner tonight, Mr. Terry Kaspermauer. Terry, good to see you. It's good to work with you again tonight.
Feels like it's been a long time.
It has. Probably has been. The basketball season, I think.
Yeah, that's right. First baseball this season.
So your thoughts coming into this one? You've been on both sides of it. You were in it as a player with Kuemper, as a coach with Carroll High. Yeah. What's this rivalry like?
Well, you can throw the records out the window, obviously. It's seen crazy things happen. Obviously, if you look at stats and on paper, Kuemper is the odds-on favorite. But, you know, crazy things happen. You guys still play the game, and, you know, baseball, there's no time limit, so it's got to get 21 outs. If you go all 7 innings. So it'll be interesting. If Carroll High has a chance, they got to play clean baseball. They can't be giving Kuemper any extra outs. Schweitzer, the pitcher's got to throw strikes, not give free passes, and then do a decent enough job to get runners on base and try to get them around and you know, stay competitive for the first 4 or 5 innings. Then kind of, you know, then the pressure becomes more on Kuemper's shoulders because they know they're the favorites. And you know, the longer the game goes, where it stays tight, and more pressure is on the favorite team, which tonight would be the Kuemper Knights.
Knights come in ranked number 6 in Class 2A. They're 16-5 against Carroll according to Varsity Bound since 2009. They've won the last 2, but as Terry said, you throw out the records. Their 2 wins, 5-2 last year, a year that the Knights went on to the state tournament, and Carroll High won 1 game. So that tells you. And then the year before that was a 6-5 game in 2021. The last win for Carroll was a football score, and that came back in 2010. The Tigers won that one 24-10. I don't know if you remember that game, but that was one of those where guys were just circling the bases all night long.
Got a couple field goals in there, and 3 or 4 touchdowns and some extra points. But it's been pretty one-sided here lately. But you know, like you talked about the last 2 years where Carroll High's really struggled, particularly last year only winning 1 game but making a close game against Kuemper. So you know, you'd expect nothing but that tonight also.
We also are bringing you our live video with our audio here tonight. Got Will Miners sitting over here to my right, running the video camera for us here tonight, so you can watch and listen to tonight's broadcast on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel. So go to YouTube, search CB Sports Network, and you'll be able to check out and watch and listen to the broadcast here tonight. Thanks to Madeline back in the studio monitoring things for us back. And we've got 3 games going on tonight. We've got this one and 2 playoff games. We've got ESAC South Central Calhoun softball right now with Casey Miners over on Keck 106.7, and we've got our WEVAC Coon Rapids Bearden softball playoffs with Nick Brinks right now over on 93.7 K Carroll. So Madeline pretty busy back in the studio having to monitor all 3 of those games. Back with more of our Mackey Motors pregame show coming up next right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
Since 1968.
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we make your vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you. From our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your New Way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
DMAC's 11,000 square foot expansion is done. It features a state-of-the-art welding lab and classroom. Students can learn on their schedule a variety of welding techniques and methods now available on the DMAC Carroll campus. The expansion also includes a brand new commons area that features study spaces and will host many events, including guest speakers. With this new space, students can easily access one-on-one support from advisors and counselors. To make your educational goals a reality, come see our expansion today or call us at 792-1755.
Motors at pregame show and rolling on here on at 1380 AM, 95.1 FM KCM. First time I've been on KCIM all summer. Even though I DJ on there every day, it's just a force of habit to say one of the two FMs here for a baseball or a softball game here tonight. Pitching matchup tonight, Kuemper going with the senior Logan Siebenauer, coming in 4-3 on the season, thrown 42 innings, giving up 44 hits and 32 runs. His ERA right now at 4.50 for Carroll High. They're going to counter with the senior as well. Get Draylen Schweitzer. Draylen coming in 2-3 on the year, has thrown 41 innings, giving up 44 hits and 35 runs. His ERA at 3.41. And Terry, really in a way, two different style of pitchers. Draylen not going to come out and really blow things by you. He can throw hard, and he's got a good fastball with good movement, but he's going to be more picking his things, where Logan will be one of those guys, even his off-speed stuff comes at you a little bit hard.
Yeah, would Draylen wrestle at like 126?
Yeah.
So he's obviously a little heavier than that now in the summertime, but yeah, Draylen's not a very big kid, but he throws strikes for the most part.
Yep.
He's going to have to change speeds as much as he can, and location is going to be huge for him, and getting ahead of the hitters, and like we talked earlier, not giving free passes. You know, I told you earlier, by now I've seen 15 or 20 games between the two schools, but this summer has been a little bit crazier, and so I don't even know if I've seen a handful of games, so I really don't have a really good idea of how the teams night in and out, night out, and playing. I'm kind of dependent on you on your online Brinks Exterior Sports recap in the morning. So, yeah, it's important for Draylen to be around the plate, and then for Siebenauer, Logan, big, strong kid that he's probably looking to use his fastball to get ahead of hitters, and then go with off-speed stuff to get him out, or keep him off balance. So it could be a tale of two different pitchers, one a little more of a flamethrower, and then the other more of a, I wouldn't say junk pitcher, but making sure his location's more important than for Logan Siebenauer's.
And for Kuemper right now, last game of the regular season, they get Saturday off. They get the winner of the ESAC Pocahontas game here next Wednesday. Right now, I mean, they came in ranked in the top 5. They've kind of hung around that top 6, top 7 all season long. Some people maybe thinking that the overall record should be better, but this is a team that never backs away from playing anybody, and they always get better as the season goes on. And guess what? They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They seem to be turning that corner and kind of getting into the rhythm here at the end of the season. So this is a big game for them. You want to close out the regular season kind of keeping that momentum going.
Yeah, and nice thing for Kuemper is because they've got to bye, they don't have to worry about pitch count and keeping saving guys back for games, or if they had to play tomorrow, then they have to worry more about that. But because of the regular season they're able to get that bye and not have to play till next Wednesday, so that's not a factor. And they have 10 losses, but you look at who they lost to.
Yeah, Lewis Central, Harlan, Clarinda.
Yeah, so if you go against just 2A schools, and their records, a lot better than what looks on paper. And people that know the game and follow, they understand that.
Yep.
It's people that only look at stats and records and things like that, they don't understand fully what that 22-10 record means.
And for Carroll, you've won 3 of your last 5. You won 1 game last year. You've won 6 this year. You're seeing growth out of a lot of young guys. Yeah, they've got some seniors that play. They've got some juniors that play. But a lot of those guys didn't have a ton of experience coming into this year. But you're starting to see that core of freshmen and sophomores really starting to grow to try and keep the momentum going. Because Winter said a winnable game, as I said Monday night. They've already beaten them on the road once this year. You close out winning 5 of your last 7 going into that game against Lewis Central. You're going down there, maybe not, trying to make a deep run this year, but building in a way for next year.
Yeah, and again, you never know what's going to happen. And so they would beat winners. That would give them their four conference wins, but they haven't had 4 conference wins in a few years.
Yep.
So, but it's been a much better year, I think, than what a lot of people thought they'd have this season.
Yeah, they have really come on, and it looks like both teams lining up here. It kind of was like they were going to bring some people through a tunnel, so I'm wondering if we're going to have some little kids coming out tonight.
The little leaguers.
Yeah, so that is cool to see. We're going to step away. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We're back right after this on 13.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
This is Iowa, and Avela Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avela Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avela Bank, member FDIC.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
And we welcome you back here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM. Jeff Lankman, Terry Gasperbauer with you. Mackey Motors pregame show. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City. Coming to you live here as well from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. And I'll tell you what, Terry, that was really cool. Both teams lined up kind of up from their on-deck circle towards home plate, and they brought out a bunch of little league teams, and they walked through both teams. You want to build a love again for baseball in the area and keep younger kids maybe excited about a sport that's struggling right now to keep kids out. That's certainly a way to do it by having them involved in games like this.
And if they wore their uniforms or their shirts, they got in free tonight to the game. And Coach Beeson's out there now getting pictures. They're still out on the infield with some of the coaches. So yeah, that's a neat idea. And like you said, if you want to get baseball, and I think it's picked up popularity again after a little bit of a lull, and even nationwide, I think that the numbers are starting to go back up again. So yeah, it's cool to see, and it's a nice gesture by both teams to do what they did. And you know, these kids, some of them are as little as first grade, I think they said.
Yep.
And so they got the experience what it's like to walk through a line with the high school baseball players and coaches, and at that age, these guys are these are their role models right now. So that's cool.
I've always said this, and it's just my opinion doesn't make it right, but I've always said when I grew up, and I know it was a long time ago, I'm not everything has to be the way it was in the 80s guy, but I grew up going to all the high school games because our Little League games were in the afternoon. And like you said, I looked up and worshiped the high school kids because that's who I wanted to be, man. They were my superstars. And today you see so many of the Little League games out of necessity sometimes, but they're played at night. And they're played at the same time the high school games are. And you don't have that same connection because they're not getting that chance to be out here at the ballpark and watch the high school teams play.
Yeah, and here they're playing in different towns too.
Yep.
This town, so they're getting exposed to the little towns around Carroll too. The
Yep.
kids in those towns getting to play and come to Carroll to play sometimes and getting involved in the game here tonight. So that's a good idea.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. First of all, for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Kuemper Knights again under head coach Randy Snyder is assisted by Riley Bach, Matt Luhano, Kurt Grassambley, and Blake Pottema. The Knights again ranked number 6 in class at 2A. They're 22-10 on the year, 14-6 in the Hawkeye 10 Conference. They'll lead things off with their pitcher Logan Siebenoller. Batting second out in center field is Carter Putney. The third baseman, Benicio Lohano, hits in the number 3 hole. Playing over at first base, batting cleanup is Ethan Loeb. Out in left field, batting fifth, Kobe Lampman. The shortstop, Trevor Ryle, hits in the number 6 hole. Out in right field, batting seventh is Cooper Pottema. The catcher, Max Erlmeyer, hits in the number 8 hole. The designated hitter, Evan Lowe, will hit ninth. And Mason Nurl, out at second base tonight, will not be batting for Kuemper. For the Carroll Tigers, under head coach Ryan Young, they is assisted by Josh Lukin and Eric Nagel. The Tigers come in at 6-20 overall, 2-13 right now in the Rapid River Conference. They're going to lead things off with their shortstop, Stone Siebenoller. Batting second is the left fielder, Tate Schleichman. Over at third base, batting third is Chase Regaller. The designated hitter, Carter Essick, will hit in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth out in right field is Ryan North. The center fielder, Jake Jorgensen, hits in the number 6 hole. Batting seventh and playing second base is Cooper Ludwig. The pitcher, Draylon Schweitzer, will hit in the number 8 hole. Batting ninth at second base is Mason Boat. And out at first base, not batting tonight, will be Braxton Lou. And that is a look at our starting lineup. We're back in 3 minutes with the first pitch. We'll have that coming up for you right after this on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM at KCIM. Thanks very much for listening to the Mackey Motors at Pregame Show. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City. If you're one of those people...
One of the best kept secrets in Carroll is JP Flooring. I was looking to replace the floor in a couple rooms at home. It can be super overwhelming with all of the options available. I popped by JP Flooring and was super surprised and impressed with the showroom and selection. I had no idea how extensive their product lines were. They have a designer on staff that helped me narrow down what I was looking for. When you change your floors, it changes the whole character of a room. I used their product visualizer and could literally see in advance what the styles would look like in my room. I totally recommend JP Flooring in Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
At Carroll County Solid Waste, we deliver environmental services together because, like all teams, together, everyone achieves more. We all enjoy a snack and a drink when cheering for our favorite team. When finished, be a team player. Put your bottles and cans in the recycle bin and your empty food packaging in the trash. Visit our website at carrollcountylandfill.com for details of how to be part of the recycle team. Because together, we're stronger. We're Carroll County Solid Waste, wishing our area athletes a safe and successful sports season.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Merchants Park. It is a humid night here tonight. Temperature-wise, it's really nice. It's only upper 70s, I think, right now. But Terry, this is probably one of the more humid nights I've been at the ballpark all season. And the clouds weather is nice. It's not much of a breeze, but I think flying would be very comfortable and not like a football game in this type of weather where you really worry about the heat and humidity. But this is baseball weather right here. And a great crowd on hand here tonight. A lot of people on both sides. Really kind of the cool thing, especially up that third base side because there's so much grass space. As you see, a lot of people sitting out there. First pitch on the way to it. Logan Siebenaller taking it downstairs for ball one. Again, Draylen Swanker coming in 2-3 on the year. 481 innings pitched, 44 hits, 35 runs, 20 earned. ERA at 3.41. A 1-0 offering on the way from Schweitzer. That is going to be a swing and a miss, so the count runs to 1-1. He struck out 21, walked 17, hit 9. His walks and hits per innings pitch 1.49. Pundits are batting .232 against him this year. This is his 7th start and a 10th appearance on the hill this year for the Tigers. 1-1 pitch, chop foul, and they count 1 ball and 2 strikes for Siebenaller. Logan comes in. He is hitting at .333 on the year, 7 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, and 21 RBI. He's murder out on the base pass, 38 of 41 in stolen bases this year, and 40 runs scored. So he's that guy you love hitting in the leadoff spot if you're a Kuemper Knight fan. 1-2 pitch popped up. That one's going to drift out into shallow left field. Drifting over is going to be the shortstop, and making the play for the Tigers is going to be Stone Siebenaller. That one stayed on the infield, didn't quite get into the grass. So 1 up and 1 down for the Knights. It'll bring up the center fielder Carter Putney. Putney coming in hitting .301. 5 doubles, 4 triples, and at 20 RBI. Quick look at that Carroll defense. Cooper Ludwig behind the plate. Braxton Lew at first. Mason Vogt over at over at second. Chase Regaller at third. Stone Siebenaller, the shortstop. We'll give you the outfield here in just a second. The fastball in there for a strike to Putney, and the count is 0-1. Tate Fleischman in left, Jake Jorgensen in center, and Ryan North getting the start out in at right field here tonight. 0-1 pitch coming up. That one taken up top for ball 1. Terry, what have you seen here so far from Schweitzer?
Well, changing speeds a little bit and moving the ball around. I think it's a big plus to keep the leadoff hitter off the bag anytime, but especially if it's Logan Siebenaller because of his speed.
1-1 pitch in there for a strike, and the count runs now to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
A whole different ball. Pitchers don't get the inside, but everything's on top. Getting numbers from the coaches and good elements from the coaches from the pitcher.
1-2 pitch. That is swing on and miss, but it was down in the dirt, so it was foul tipped and not held on to, so it's just going to be a foul ball. The count will remain 1-2. And Terry, this is a question. It's not a statement. So back when I played, again, I don't throw in the 80s, but I always thought if a catcher called the ball and the pitches and the pitcher shook him off, you kind of learned at the game a little bit. You think some of that's taken the right way? Do you think it's beneficial to have the coach? Really nice play by Regaller over in foul territory. That ball, folks, was foul. I thought it was going to get out of play, and technically was over the fence and came back in just a little bit. But Regaller, as he's kind of standing and leaning over the foul fence, makes the catch for the second out of the minute. I guess my question is this. It's something like that in the pressure. Do you learn the game more if the pitchers and catchers have to call the game, I guess?
Yeah, you do, but the thing now is it's so different. It's, and then when you watch the third base coaches, they don't go for insides anymore. Everything's in the
Everything's on third. Yep. 1-0 the count right now on Luhano. There's a shot out towards center field, and coming in to make the catch is Jake Jorgensen. Knights put the bat on the ball, but 3 fly ball outs, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. The score is through the top of the first. We're back in 1 minute right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM at KCIM.
Oh, hell no! Not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
KCIM, Stone Seaman, Kate Schleichman, Chase Regala are the scheduled hitters for the Carroll Tigers. They'll face Logan Siebenaller, the senior, coming in 4-3 on the year, 42 innings pitched, 44 hits, 32 runs, 27 earned. His ERA at a 4.50. He's walked 16, hit 5, struck out 43. Walks and hits per innings pitched is 1.43. Opponents are batting .262 against him. This is his 7th start on the hill and 8th appearance on the hill for the night. Siebenaller will step in at the shortstop. A sophomore comes in hitting .241, 10 RBI, and 14 runs scored. First pitch taken in there for strike, and the count is 0-1. Defensively for Kuemper, Max Erlmeyer behind the plate, Ethan Lowe at first, Mason Newell at second, Benicio Ohano at third, Trevor Ryle at short. 0-1 pitch misses, and the count runs to 1-1. Kobe Lampman out in left. You got Carter Putney in center, and Cooper Padaba getting the start again out in right field here tonight for the Kuemper Knights. 1-1 pitch. There's a shot that went off the end of the bat. It's going to float out towards Ryle. And the shortstop will make the catch at 1 up. And at 1 down for the Tigers here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up the left fielder, Tate Schleichman. Schleichman, a junior, coming in hitting .333, couple of double, 5 RBI. And Terry and team had a lot this year. It looks like a good swing, but a lot of them off of the end of the bat this year, but thrown out to the infielders.
You can tell the way it sounded. It's hit off the end of the bat, and that means the pitcher's doing a good job keeping the pitch away and on the outside part of the plates, and depending on the pitchers and fielders, batters having different signs.
0-1 pitch in there for a strike, and the count runs to 0-2 now on Schleichman.
Now they have those low ball umpires that are calling balls and strikes, and they don't even need an umpire behind the plate before long.
It might take a little while for high school. Hopefully we don't lose all the ones that we have now. There's a swing and a miss. That'll be out number 2 for strikeout here tonight for Siebenaller. And that is going to bring up Chase Regala. Bases empty with 2 outs. Give a quick shout out to New Way Auto Group in Coon Rapids, sponsoring Sports on the Go and me, giving me a vehicle to drive to all the sporting events been covered over the last 2.5 years. Featured vehicle of the game was there's a check swing in there for strike 1. There's a 2019 Ford Escape, 65,000 miles, 28 miles per gallon on the highway. Call 800-861-7268 for more details. Sports on the Go me job line, powered by New Way Auto Group in Coon Rapids, home of warranty cover, and your home for freight oil changes. A breaking ball in there for strike, and the count is 0-2 in the junior. Regala, a .348 hitter, a double 9 RBI coming in. Top bat in the lineup for the Tigers. Reaches out, pokes that one. It's going to be popped up. Noah will make the catch at second base. So both teams go 1, 2, 3 in their respective half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left for the Tigers. In the bottom of the first, we're back in 1 minute right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
We rented and rented and rented on the hopes of buying it someday. Bill and I, not having any financial education at all.
Coming in first time talking with Amanda was, all right, well, what's the track? What do you do?
She taught us how to correctly do things financially and how to build our credit, how to purchase our home.
When you ask for advice and then you follow advice on it, you can really get where you want to go.
The Paco Credit Union truly helped me believe in myself again.
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we make your vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you, from our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your New Way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
DMAC's 11,000 square foot expansion is done. It features a state-of-the-art welding lab and classroom. Students can learn on their schedule a variety of welding techniques and methods now available on the DMAC Carroll campus. The expansion also includes a brand new commons area that features study spaces and will host many events, including guest speakers. With this new space, students can easily access one-on-one support from advisors and counselors. To make your educational goals a reality, come see our expansion today or call us at 792-1755.
And the count 1 ball and no strikes. The sophomore hitting .345, couple of double, 8 RBI on the year. And Terry, he's really done a nice job of that DH role, so it's kind of getting implemented into that role.
Yeah, and I think that he's been a pleasant surprise to the coaching staff for the Tigers. He kind of came out of nowhere, and he's able to fill in at catcher when they need, like if they're playing a lot of games and in a row or in a tournament and they need to give Ludwig a rest. Carter's been able to fill in there.
2-0 pitch in there for a strike, and the count runs now to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Carter has a good chance to be the starting quarterback this fall also.
Yeah, absolutely. 2-1 pitch in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes right now. The nice thing with both of these pitchers, too, Terry, is both of them like to work quickly.
Yeah, and they're throwing strikes.
Pitch on the way. That one just misses. And I liked the strike zone that I've seen tonight. I go around with Mark Fielmeyer, and it's all in fun. I love Mark to death, but he loves a small strike zone. I like make the kids swing a little bit.
I'd say there's a professional umpires, there's college umpires, and there's high school umpires. And high school umpires need to make the strike zone a little bigger.
I'm not saying 3-4 inches outside of the plate. That one's going to be behind the batter, and that is going to be ball 4. So our first walk here tonight will be from Siebenauer, and that'll put Carter Asick on at first. It'll bring up Ryan North. Right fielder leads Carroll in RBI on the year. Comes in hitting .269, a couple of double, but is driven in 15. And Terry, I said this the other night up at Boone. If there's a guy that you wanted to plate this year for Carroll in a clutch situation, it seems like he's been one of those guys.
Yeah, and he's only struck out 9 times. So
there's a fly ball out to left center field, drifting over his Putney, who will make the catch. And that is the first out here in the inning, and that'll keep the runner over at first. It'll bring up the center fielder, Jake Jorgensen. Jorgensen, a freshman, coming in hitting .203, couple of double on the year, and 9 RBI. Young umpiring crew here tonight, too. I haven't seen these guys before, but I like to see young people umpire.
I do, and they look like, I saw it like in the JV game, the ball down the right field line that the base umpire had to go out to make sure the right fielder didn't make a diving catch, and he didn't. The hitter went to second, and the home plate umpire ran from behind the plate, and he was out by second base to make that call, so that's good to see.
The first pitch was fouled down the line. Second pitch in there for a strike.
I think that was the first pitch.
That was the first pitch, yep.
They had a pickoff attempt.
Yep, that's right. First pitch was a pickoff attempt, so it's not a pitch. There we go. Kind of lost my track of thought there. Pitch on the way, misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I stopped talking so much.
I asked you a question. Everybody wants to listen to you, not me tonight, Terry.
You better take advantage of it. You're not going to listen to me very much longer.
Yeah. Now I had to work with you tonight. 1-1 pitch down in the dirt. Count runs to 2 balls and 1 strike. I don't know if you want to tell everybody, but I certainly wanted to get this one in here tonight.
Most people
throw over to first and diving back in is Ethic.
But my wife Lois and I have sold our house, and we're moving to Sioux Falls here in less than a month now.
Pitch on the way. That one misses outside. And I didn't know if you wanted to announce it on the radio.
That's fine.
I can't remember when you started working with me, but I've been here 20 years, and I think you've been doing radio with me for almost 20 years at some point and helping me out when you could.
Yeah.
Pop up. That's going to drift into foul territory. Low will drift over there to the first baseman. He'll make the catch, and that is the second out of the inning. We've had a lot of great times, and I've always enjoyed working with you. So.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I did baseball first because I was still coaching football till 2012 was my first fall when I wasn't.
Yeah.
I coached basketball up until 2019, but baseball I stopped coaching back in 2005, I think it was. So.
And I came in 04, so pretty much my full 20 years. You've probably done a game or two with me every year.
Probably so, and some years I was doing all 3 sports on the radio. But I appreciate working with you and and Tom Hawkapper would use John Ryan, and he used to do it, and Nick Brinks, and even Nate Wall a few times, Tyler Bruner. So a lot of those guys that...
0-1 pitch in there. Ooh, that one just misses, and the count runs to 1-1.
It's been a strike, I think, mostly, right?
That one caught me a little off guard. One throw over to first again. That one's going to get away from Lowe. That's going to get up. He's going to dig for second. He'll be in on the air. And Terry, I'm going to give the air to the first baseman on that one. That one kind of went right through the glove. It wasn't a poor throw.
I thought it was a good enough throw. It should have been handled over there, and I think Ethan Lowe probably would say the same thing, that ball he's got to be able to catch. And Nicholas Ludwig's been on a little bit of a tear. You know, hasn't been, batting average isn't very good on the year, but I was out here a couple of weeks ago when he was batting under 100 at the time, but he's come on a little bit in the last week and a half, and had some clutch hits for them. So
had a shot against Boone on Monday night that would have been gone, but it was foul down the left field side. But he crushed one well over the fence from Boone. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Chase a nice breaking ball down in the dirt. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. I asked you earlier what you saw from Draylen. We're 2 innings in now with Logan. What have you seen from him?
Pretty much the same. He's throwing strikes for the most part. He did walk Essick, but on the plate, and looked like his off-speed stuff has pretty good movement on it.
1-2 pitch comes back with a fastball. That is popped up. Earlmeyer giving Chase great hustle, diving for that one, but unable to come up with it. It'll fall into foul territory, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Motor Inn player of the game coming up again in the postgame. Motor Inn of Carroll, your premier Toyota Chevy and Buick dealership for everything from sales and service to parts and collision. And I want to give a special shout out as well to Western Iowa Networks. They provide the internet for us here. I've got the computer screen from the back of the studio pulled up. I'm running everything from here. Will Miners is sitting over to my right, running our video, and we don't ever have any issues, and Western Iowa Network supplies us with that internet, so we thank them very, very much. There's a fly ball out into the shortstop. Wow, back up now, comes in. Another one of those off the end of the bat. That will be the final out of the inning. The Tigers get a runner out to second, but they come up empty. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left, actually 1 error. And we will be back with the top of the third in 1 minute right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
This is Iowa, and Avela Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avela Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avela Bank, member FDIC.
Distributed by Pepsi Beverages, Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Chop Rank and Terry Casper-Bauer with you here tonight. Beautiful Merchants Park in Carroll. Historic Merchants Park, 1949, of course, when this field
was right out there, just in case you forget.
I'm glad they did that, because it does make it easy for me to remember.
Awesome. It looks really nice, too. That's a nice addition.
Pitch on the way to Cooper Potabom. Chop foul at the plate in the count 0-1. Potabom will be followed by Max Earlmeyer and Evan Lowe. Potabom, the right fielder, the senior, 281, 4 doubles, a triple, 20 RBI on the year, scored 29 times. Part of this powerful offense thing I've always really enjoyed as the pitch comes in. There's a shot back up the middle. We've got our first base hit of the night. So the Knights get the leadoff runner on here in the third. And Coach, the thing I've always appreciated about Cooper is that arm he has out in right field. He's always had a really accurate and strong arm out there in right field.
And how many Potabombs have gone through the program here at Kuemper in the last decade or so? But
that was Brother Blake now on the coaching staff.
Yeah. So I think there's a freshman, maybe a sophomore too, on the roster. So more to come. But all from them and seeing them when all those kids were little and seeing them around every once in a while.
Yeah.
Now they're all, I guess I'm getting older too. Now they're all high school or older.
Potabom 12 of 17 on stolen bases as Erlmeyer will step in. The senior hitting 167, a double, 13 RBI. Pitch on the way to low and away. Crashing in was Lewis. He had squared around, so that meant that Potabom could get a little bit extra of a lead over there at first because there was nobody there after he had broke down the line to be able to hold him on. Ludwig took a look, but there wasn't anybody to throw to, and now Schweitzer will step off and takes a look and scares Potabom back. We mentioned, you said, over 200 stolen bases for this Kuemper team on the season. This is a team that has a lot of athletes, and they run well. 1-0 pitch, they're going to bunt it. It's going to go up the first side. Lou will field. Covering on the play is Voigt, and that is going to be the first out, but that will be a sacrifice bunt, moving Potabom up. And Terry, you talked about different strike zones for the different levels. I've always said in the high school game, man, I'm going to play a lot of small ball unless I have a bunch of power hitters. Put pressure on the defense, force them to make plays.
And you prefer it to be on the ground than any ball hit because it's a lot tougher to make a play on the ground ball than it is a fly ball. So.
That is going to bring up Evan Lowe, the junior hitting 232. 5 doubles, 14 RBI on the year. The lefty steps in, takes the first pitch in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. I played baseball, of course, when I was younger. I was a lefty. There wasn't hardly, I don't think there's another lefty. This is what, 5 or 6 in the lineup?
So it's a nice balance.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you like to have as a coach. You can, if you get into matchup situations, you got an equal number of righties and lefties, and so that's a nice job, nice position to be in if you're Coach Snyder.
One pitch misses, count runs to 1-1. This lineups, Van Meter a couple of years ago had a bunch of lefties, but it's rare to see this many lefties in a lineup.
Oh, yeah.
That one popped foul, giving it chase out in a left. A great diving effort from Schleichman, just not able to track that one down, but a great effort again here tonight from Tate Schleichman.
Yeah, and he's playing left field with the lefty out, so he's shading more towards the left center field gap and around the line, so the nice thing about this stadium is you got a lot of foul room, room in foul territory, and so you can chance to make some great plays just like Schleichman almost did there.
1-2 pitch coming up. That one up top. Ball 2 balls, 2 strikes. And what it also means is you better have outfielders that can run and read the ball off of the bat.
There's a lot of room out there. You know, you got right at 400 to straightaway center and 392 in that gap in left side.
Pitch coming up. That one is chopped foul behind the plate. And the count remains 2-2 top of the order. And Siebenauer is waiting on next. And I don't know who this young number 8 is here, but he was running around chasing foul balls over at Boone the other night, too, and he's doing it again here tonight for the Killslingers.
If the program's right, it's Carson Tidwell.
2-2 pitch coming up. Just misses up and away. And the count runs full. Runner at second again. That is Cooper Potabom, 1 out. We're here in the top of the third inning. Scoreless ball game between Carroll and Kuemper. Carroll, the home team on the scoreboard. Jeff Storyhorn in the house for us tonight. This long-time photographer, sports photographer here in the Carroll area. Pitch on the way is ball 4. And the Knights have a couple of runners on. First out moving up from Schweitzer here tonight. That'll bring up Siebenauer, who popped up to the shortstop. His first time up. But Jeff taking pictures here tonight for us. And again, they'll go on the Carroll Broadcasting Sports Network website and Facebook page, as well as the Mackey Motors Facebook page. And the really cool thing as well, Terry has this, they're free to download. So you can just go right to the website or right to the, the Facebook page and download them for free. It costs you nothing.
So you're not getting just a normal somebody just off the street trying to take pictures. You're getting somebody who's obviously professional at this stuff and really does a great job.
Pitch on the way, swirler on the miss. That's breaking ball from Schweitzer. And the time is only running. He likes it when I say those kind of things. Probably okay that you do.
Second time for the order here, I found out, and Evan Lowe was actually the first batter that Schweitzer with the 3 balls on.
Pitch on the right, up top. 1 ball now and 1 strike on Siebenauer. Carter Putney is waiting on that. Tigers threatening the bottom of the second with a runner at second. The Knights now threatening here in the top half of the third. Schweitzer will take a look at White, holding him on and shadowing. Runner does not go. There's a chopper foul up the third base side. And the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Assistant coach Matt Lohana down there in the third base coach's box. Another assistant coach Riley Bach over in the first base coach's box. as he drifts in a little bit, he's going to make the catch. And then off out number 2 here in the top of the third inning, going to bring up Carter Putney. Putney has popped up down the third base side. It was actually caught like right at the fence as Rodella kind of leaning into that foul ball fence. Able to make the catch, and a great catch back in that first inning for the second out of that inning. From Coach Young and the staff on Central, that was a pretty big out. Gas is seminary, but now you got another good hitter in Putney coming up here, and then Hannah next. So you got the top 3 on the order here. Tough outs. Schweitzer still trying to work on that. It's a hole. Let's see how it's hanging from his waist out there. So Putney will step in over for a run, but again, a 301 hitter on the year, 5 doubles, 4 triples on the year. Pitch on the right. Catch on the inside corner for strike 1. Scoreless ball game, top of the third. Kuemper with 1 hit and 1 error here in the game. And Tigers right now with no hits so far in the game, but they'll come up bottom in the third once they get this third out here. It's threatening the runners on first and second. Pitch on the right, has a shot out towards right, drifting back as North is on the chase, and he dives, can't come up with it. 2 runs will come in to score. Putney digs around second, and is in the third with a stand-up triple. What a hit by Carter Putney. The junior guy out in front of that one. Great effort from Ryan North. He was slow to get up. Tell you, he was running full speed towards the fence and kind of stretched out, dove for that one, and you can see him kind of bounce off of the turf out there. He's going to be okay. That's a long run and probably a hard ground to land on, but Putney coming up with a big triple and they put it to the net. Bill didn't touch the glove. He almost got a great catch, obviously, but Putney hit that ball at the turn. Hit it out. Ball kind of just playing. It's not going to carry as far as he normally would, but hit that ball. Probably about 240, 45 feet out there. Ohana steps in there, pitch on the way in there for a strike, and the count 0-1. Ohana flew out to center his first time up, but ACL hitting at 257 on the year, 5 double, 21 RBI. This is a young man playing with a knee that he's going to have surgery on. Injured it in golf season, and they said he couldn't do any more damage, so he missed the first week or 2 of the season, and then has been back. But he's a baseball guy. He's a guy that loves this sport and is really, really good at the game of baseball. Runner takes off, pitch on the way, and they'll tag him out at home. Putney tries to steal home. They must have a suicide squeeze on. Ohana didn't see it. We're going to get a tag out at home plate. Hold on here. There's a conversation. They're going to call him out. So there was no slide at home. I don't know if that's what the conversation was. The home plate umpire walked over to maybe I think Steve Ludwig still on the ball. But I think he is out at home. I think Cooper said something there to the time. Okay. So that is going to be the front out. But Kuemper picks up 2 runs, and they get those 2 runs on 2 hits. There was no time to lose. Nobody left on base. Back in 1 minute, 2-0. Kuemper going to the bottom of third. We're back right after this on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Senior coming in, hitting 169, 3 double, 4 RBI, 0 on pitch on the first strike. It'll be 8-9-1 strike also Voigt, and Stone Siebenauer.
Garland really struggled this year at the plate after having a pretty decent junior season hitting the ball, so look at back time to season to get on fire here.
A 2-pitch downstairs, 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Siebenauer with his second strikeout here tonight. And there's a 1 out here in the inning. And I look at this Kuemper team, Terry, and I look at their cost, and they've got a shot to be back here come state tournament time.
I think it probably would be a shock to most people if they don't play here at state, but it's going to win 3 games to get here.
Great. We'll take that one low and inside, and of course, we'll have all of the Carroll and all of the Kuemper baseball and softball post games covered for you. Postseason games, pitch on the way, up top. 2 balls and no strikes right now on the junior, or senior second baseman, comes in hitting 250, double, triple, and 3 RBI.
Yeah, Schweitzer and Drake, the only seniors on the Carroll team, in the starting lineup. So 7 regulars back, and some younger pitchers that don't pick in the pitch, so they'll have no play spot next year.
4-pitch walk to Voigt. And that is going to put a runner at first with a 1 out in the batter of Stone Siebenauer. Siebenauer flew out to the shortstop his first time up. Yeah, I really like the future with what Coach Young is doing, and I noticed tonight that you can tell he's got his hands with some of the Little League stuff, because you had some Little Leaguers coming up and talking to him today about how their seasons was going.
Yeah, that's good to see. And,
pitch on the way, runner goes, throw down to second, and Mason in with the stolen base. Voigt coming in on the year, now 12 of 13 on stolen bases. Pitch was in there for a strike to Siebenauer, and the count is 0-1.
Yeah, and I think the Knights have 189 stolen bases, and the Tigers have 85. But
line drive, caught by Ryle. Mason able to get back to second base. Voigt played that one well, and saw right away that one could be caught, so didn't get off the bag too far for the double play, but a nice defensive effort as well by Trevor Rouse. Terry, that's not an easy catch sometimes to make.
No, and he got a good jump off the bat. He's kind of playing over in the hole towards third base, hit more up the middle.
Tate Schleichman will step in, struck out swinging his first time up. Pitch on the way. There is a check swing, kind of a late swing. The ball grounded over to the Hano. Throw off the line, and reaching first on the air is going to be Tate Schleichman. Moving down to third on the play is Voigt.
Yeah, and the Hano picked it up cleanly, and looked like he had plenty of time. Just about low off the bag, and that's what he couldn't put back there to make the time.
And Terry, I wonder, I've seen him a few times with that kind of an air. I wonder if it's that inability really to be able to plant with that knee.
Is it his right knee?
Yep.
His right one. Okay, yeah, that's that's important to be able to plant off that right foot. And
he throws a lot more kind of off the run this year rather than being able to plant. I think it's just harder to control that.
Yeah, you're using more arm than your whole body, and it gets to be tough at times to get an accurate enough throw.
Chase Regala will step in, flew out to second the first time up. The runner takes off. They're going to get him in a pickle. The run going to come in to score. They're going to try and get the runner at second. The throw to second is not going to be in time. And reaching second with a stolen base is going to be Schleichman. Coming in to score is Voigt. And Terry, that's probably an error because they maybe have him on a good throw, or he goes stolen base on that.
You can't assume.
Yeah.
So he didn't advance farther. So I think you get 2 stolen bases there. One to third to home and first to second. So Tigers did a nice job. And I don't know if Schleichman was supposed to bowl right away, if he got pulled on the fake the third by Siebenauer, but it worked out well for the Tigers.
2-1 now, our score. Runner at second. Line drive, gloved it nicely. Kylie Hano over at third for the final out, but the Tigers on the board. 1 run on no hits. There was a 1 error and a 1 left on base. We're through 3 complete. Kuemper leading at 2-1. We're back in 1 minute here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM at KCIM.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive health care for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Grinnell Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-4525. Roselle Mutual, proudly insuring the area since 1876.
Video for us here tonight, so we appreciate him doing that here tonight as well. Jeff Langton, Terry Kasperbauer with you. We've got, of course, Madeline back in the studio. We appreciate her monitoring things here tonight. The Knights will bring up Lujano, Lowe, and Lampman. Pitch on the way in there for a strike. Lujano was at the plate when the third inning came to an end. We're here in the top of the fourth. 2-1 Kuemper with the lead. And the count 0-1. Lujano lined out to center his first time up. The 0-1 offering. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 4 balls, 2 strikes right now on Benicio Lujano.
Big inning for Schweitzer. I have him unofficially, obviously, 20 pitches the first 2 innings, within 23 the third inning. So he more than doubled his pitch count in that 1 inning. So we'll see if he comes back here.
0-2 pitch, just inside. And they count 1 ball in at 2 strikes. And Terry, your thoughts on the whole pitch count thing? My thoughts are you can't count a 6-pitch inning like you do a 30-pitch inning, so I think the pitch count is good. I think maybe the numbers could be increased, but I'm no expert.
Yeah, and I would thought that maybe they would do that, is that they, after having a few years of data on that, and the coaches having some say now.
1-2 pitch popped up. That one is going to drift foul and out of play. It's going to get up into the bleachers. Actually hit the light pole right behind the Carroll dugout up the third base side and dropped instead of into the bleachers. It dropped in between the dugout and the bleachers in that little walk area. So luckily nobody hit. There's some little kids down there, but I think everybody paying attention and nobody getting plunked.
That's a lot easier to get out of the way than those line drives that come over that.
Yes. 1-2 offering. There is a shot that is going to be scooped up. At first, the flip to Schweitzer going to be in time as Lou fields it and flips it over to Schweitzer, who is covering. 3-1 on the play, and that is 1 out. That'll bring up now the first baseman, Ethan Lowe. He grounded out to second his first time up.
That's a nice play there because, you work on those in the preseason, the first base, ball hits first base and the pitcher cover, and then you have so many games, you don't really get a chance to work on that very much. So you can tell there that Schweitzer took off right away, and Lou did a nice job feeding him the ball where he could catch the ball and then touch the bag without having to look down.
So we're going to get a quick timeout. Schweitzer stepping off of the rubber. I think Ludwig might be having a problem with the glove or something down there. It looks like he's working on that catcher's mitt.
It's the pitch, the card that he's using.
Yep.
He's having, he puts his on his sleeve, so.
Carroll student section beginning to clap over here. This is a really nice student section for both ball clubs here tonight. Like to see people coming out to to watch baseball.
Yeah, and the nice thing, nobody's got softball games tonight at these two schools.
Pitch hit there for a strike to Lowe, and the count is 0-1. Yeah, softball play have started tonight for 1A and 2A. Carroll, of course, not in those two classes, but Kuemper in 2A, but they got a bye in the opening round. They'll host coming up on Wednesday. 0-1 pitch. That one in the dirt, hops to the plate. And the count goes to 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the top of the fourth at 2-1 at Kuemper with the lead. 1-1 pitch coming up here from Schweitzer. It's on the way. There's a shot out towards center. Jorgensen coming in, diving and making a nice diving catch for the second out of the inning. And Terry, you see plays like this in this rivalry. This game means something a little bit more to these kids.
Yeah.
That was a nice play.
Only a freshman, so it's obviously his first game playing against Kuemper.
Yep.
But he had a good track season. He spent a lot of time at baseball. He played a lot of baseball in the last season and got a nice jump, and his speed was able to get him caught up to that ball.
Kobe Lampman, the left fielder, steps in. Pitch on the way, and that's going to hit him. And that was one that I don't know if it stuck in his hand or he just had it in the hand too long, but that one looked odd coming out of the hands, and it came right at Lampman.
Yeah, and that's, hadn't had those pitches earlier. The one maybe off the bat, but Stevenauer hit off the knob of the bat. But other than that pitch, all of them have been right around the strike zone. So we'll see. Comes back here with a good hitter in Ryle up the plate.
Ryle will step in, grounded out to third his first time up, back in the second inning, throw over to first. Back in it safely is Lampman. Lampman, an outstanding base stealer, coming in 24 of 26 on the season tonight.
Kuemper's 189 for 205. That's a pretty good percent.
Yes, it is. Throw over, back in safely. That tells you have speed, but you also have guys that can read a pitcher.
And they get on base.
Yep.
You got to get on base if you're going to steal.
Lampman pretty comfortable. Lead pitch on the way. Breaking ball. Off-speed pitch in there for strike. No balls now. And one strike. Schweitzer tonight with one walk here in the game with the one hit by pitch. The Knights have picked up a couple of hits here in the game. The one odd number out there is Kuemper with 3 errors, but leading 2-1. A lot of times when you have one team with 3 errors, the other with no errors, you see the team with 3 errors not leading.
Yeah.
But Kuemper right now leading the game.
I think they only have 2 errors.
I agree.
I think they gave them an error on the base stealing from first to second.
Pitch on the way. There is a chopper out towards short. That one took a weird hop, but it'll be scooped up. And a nice play out there from Stone Stevenauer to end the Kuemper half of the fourth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left for the Knights in the top of the fourth. We're back in 1 minute right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM at KCIM.
One of the best kept secrets in Carroll is JP Flooring. I was looking to replace the floor in a couple rooms at home. It can be super overwhelming with all of the options available. I popped by JP Flooring and was super surprised and impressed with the showroom and selection. I had no idea how extensive their product lines were. They have a designer on staff that helped me narrow down what I was looking for. When you change your floors, it changes the whole character of a room. I used their product visualizer and could literally see in advance what the styles would look like in my room. I totally recommend JP Flooring in Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
We head here to the bottom of the fourth inning, coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Carter Essick, Ryan North, Jake Jorgensen, the scheduled hitters for the Tigers against Logan Stevenauer. Pitch on the way. Fastball misses low and away. Count 1-0 on Essick. Essick walked his first time up, moved to second on an error. They were trying to pick him off, and the ball squeezed through the Mr. Lowe's glove over there. 1-0 pitch downstairs, and the count runs to 2 balls and no strikes.
Carter's got a pretty good knowledge of the strike zone and lays off those close pitches.
2-0 pitch on the way. And they count 3 balls and no strikes. Was actually having a conversation with a parent here the other day, and they said that they felt like their kid struck out a lot looking this year because they understood the strike zone and were striking on in pitches that were just outside of the zone. Yeah. 3-0 pitch on the way. That one in there for a strike. I'd never thought about that. My comment back to him was you still have to protect with anything close with 2 strikes.
Yeah, if you have 2 strikes, if it's close, you don't want to leave it in the...
Yep, in the umpire's hands.
Yeah.
There's a chopper foul, and the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes, so a full count now on Essick. He's had a full count on both of his at-bats against Stevenauer, Terry, and that's the only batter besides Jake Jorgensen who's went to a 3-2 count, I think, against Stevenauer. There's a line drive base hit. That one into the gap, getting over there as quickly as Potabom from right field. So a leadoff single here for Essick. First hit tonight for the Carroll Tigers comes in the bottom half of the fourth inning.
Yeah, strong kid. Carter's just hit that ball right over a right-handed hitter. Just fine drive over the second baseman's head. Potabom did a nice job cutting the ball off, so didn't get through him out in the gap. Kept Essick to a single.
Ryan North will step in, flew out to center field his first time up. Pitch on the way in there for a strike. And they count no balls and 1 strike. Casey Miners and I will, Casey and I will write up recap stories for all of tonight's Baseball and softball, that one is a shot down the line. It's going to be just foul, though. Missed it by maybe about a foot out there down the line. That one just probably about 3:15 or so, maybe 3:10 down the line, but a foul ball, and the count's 0-2.
And Coach Young was trying to get it to, he was doing his best to get it to push over to.
Was he doing a Carlton fist? Our age knows that. The young kids have no idea. Yeah. 0-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball, flight out to right. That's going to be tough. It'll drop in for a base hit. Up to second base on the play is going to be Essex. And Pottwam did a nice job, Terry, of getting to that one, too. Almost got there quick enough to almost have a play at second base.
Essex did a nice job reading that because of where the ball landed. If Carter had not taken off, there's a good chance they could have got him out of the force out. So Coach Snyder's going to come out and have a little talk to their mind.
Randy running out to the mound. I don't know if I've seen that.
Is that what that's called, a run?
We'll call it
I'll take
quick
that.
walk.
That's what my run looks like.
Don't feel bad. That's what my run looks like right now, too. So Coach Snyder out there. We've always teased Randy. I think as long as he's been the head coach, we always teased him that his walk out to the mound is the slowest one in the area.
He normally is not a quick guy to get to the mound.
A little quick coming off the mound here tonight as well for Coach Snyder.
Well, umpire didn't even have to come out to break it up.
Two really good guys, our two head coaches here tonight. I really enjoy not just talking baseball with both these guys, which I enjoy doing. I just enjoy talking to these guys.
Very personable guys and fun to talk to.
Did you ever coach against Randy? While he was an assistant or anything during your time?
I did, yes.
I thought.
Yeah.
Jorgensen steps in. First pitch taken for ball one.
We've only had 3 head coaches here in the last, 40 years?
Probably.
45 years.
Yeah, Jerry Spieler was the head coach when I got here, and then Randy took over him. Pitch on the way. That is bunted back towards Siebenaller. Had to play to third, but goes to first. So the sac bunt will move 2 runners into scoring position. You can count that one 1-4 in your scorebook for the first out here in the inning, and that's going to bring up Cooper Ludwig. Ludwig flew out to the shortstop back in the second inning.
Nice job by Jorgensen getting that ball down, and I'm sure one of the things Coach Snyder talked about with Logan is that if you get a bunt, don't try to be a hero until the third and get us in a bad situation, get the out, and make the next 2 guys beat us.
Pitch on the way. Just taken outside for ball one. So I got to ask this, too. How close to age is Randy to you? Did you guys play sports together or know each other in school?
No,
is he younger
I'm
than
a lot older.
Are you? Okay.
I don't know how much older, but yeah.
Okay. I don't know how old Randy is. So
I'm pretty sure he went to St. Bernard's in Breda. So
okay. 1-0 pitch up top. Count goes to 2 balls and no strikes now on Ludwig. Knights with 2 in the top of the third. Carroll with 1 in the bottom of the third. We sit here with a 2-1 ball game. We're in the bottom of the fourth. 1 out. Tigers have runners at second and third. Essex at third. North is second. Both guys run well. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Really nice breaking ball that time from Siebenaller, and the count 2 balls, 1 strike.
So when you have confidence, especially in high school, you can throw a 2-0 breaking ball and get a strike on the hitter. It probably would have been a ball if Cooper would have held off. But
2-1 pitch in the dirt. Nice knockdown that time by Erlmeyer. Did a really good job of fundamentally sliding over and keeping that one and smothering it in front of him, because otherwise the tying run scores.
Didn't try to backhand it. Got his fingers down, thumbs down, as they say, and got the glove turned over the proper way.
3-1 pitch coming up here. Pitch on the way. In there for strike 2. And the count runs full now on Ludwig. Draylen Schweitzer is waiting on deck. Terry, there's still a long way to go. It's a 2-1 ball game, but how big of a situation is this right now?
Big for both teams. Tigers hit here at least to tie the game.
Breaking ball, and he takes the bat down, so it's going to be up over the head for ball 4. Third walk here tonight for Siebenaller, and the Tigers have the bases loaded with a 1 out, and Draylen Schweitzer, who sprung out swinging his first time up in the third, will step to the plate.
Looks like the Knights are bringing in the first and third baseman, so they're going to come home with the ball, and then second baseman, shortstop, they're looking to turn 2 up the middle. So.
And Ryle playing close to second base, Terry, so if there's a hole right now, a gap, it's between third and short. Pitch on the way, taken up top. And they count 1 ball and no strikes. Does that tell you maybe pitching him outside, or does that matter in that
No, I think
situation?
it matters at this level, but you know, especially with Lujano playing in a little bit, he doesn't have as much, he can't cover as much ground, so there's a bigger gap there.
Pitch on the way, wanted it, but it misses up top. And they count 2 balls and no strikes. Schweitzer really had to hold off on that one, Terry. You could tell he wanted that one.
They get that pitch up there, your eyes get wide like an ocean, and he does a good job laying off there.
Pitch on the way. That one is fouled back out of play. That's going to get into the parking lot. 2 balls and 1 strike right now on Schweitzer. Again, Athick at third, North on second. Both those guys with singles. And then Cooper Ludwig over at first. He walked to get on base. So the base is loaded with a 1 out. Pitch on the way. Chopped over towards Lujano. He's going to come home. Makes the play in time. They do not get the play down at first, but they will get Athick on a 5-2. Reaching on the fielder's choice is Schweitzer. Moving up to second, Ludwig. Down to third is North. So the bases remain loaded. But now, Terry, there are 2 outs.
Yeah, Lujano did a nice job. Ball looked like a hit on the heel of his glove and almost rolled up on him, but made it easier knowing it's a force play, so you don't have to give such a good throw for a tag. You just got to get the throw there in time, and then Neuermeyer did a nice job catching the ball. It wasn't right there, but
I was just going to say it wasn't a perfect throw, and I thought Max did a nice job of playing a chopper back up the middle. That could be trouble. Lyle tries to field and flip to second, unable to do so. The throw down to third, not in time. Everybody's safe, and we're tied at 2. I'm going to go base hit for Voigt.
Yeah, I think so. That would have been a tough play. Ryle comes up with that cleanly. It's been a tough play to get Voigt at first. So nice. He did a nice job keeping it from going out. If it goes out in the outfield, Ludwig also scores on that play, but him knocking it down keeps the bases loaded.
First earned run given up by Siebenaller tonight. Top of the order, Stone Siebenaller checks in. Pop up. That one is going to be playable. Drifting over is Neural, the second baseman. He'll make the catch right behind the first base bag near the outfield grass. So that is going to be the final out here. But the Tigers strike again here in the bottom of the 4th. They pick up 1 run. They get that 1 run on 3 hits. I had no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. We'll head to the 5th. 2-2 our score. We're back in 1 minute right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM at KCIM.
At Carroll County Solid Waste, we deliver environmental services together because, like all teams, together, everyone achieves more. We all enjoy a snack and a drink when cheering for our favorite team. When finished, be a team player. Put your bottles and cans in the recycle bin and your empty food packaging in the trash. Visit our website at carrollcountylandfill.com for details of how to be part of the recycle team. Because together, we're stronger. We're Carroll County Solid Waste, wishing our area athletes a safe and successful sports season.
Softball knocking off our Weave-In softball playoffs tonight, 9-1 that final score. We head here to the top of the 5th inning. What a fun baseball game here so far tonight, Terry.
I've got Schweitzer with 54 pitches thrown after 4, and Siebenaller with 53. So even as the score is, the pitch counts the same, and you know the 3 errors for Kuemper is a little different, but other than that, everything's been pretty tight, and it's a good ball game here on the 5th inning.
Cooper Potabom, the first hitter, is going to chop one down the third base side. They're going to call it a foul ball. Nice glove that time by Regaller to get to that one on a tough play. The count is 0-1 on Potabom. Potabom will be followed by Max Erlmeyer and Evan Lowe. So 7, 8, 9 due up for the Knights here in the top half of the 5th. Potabom singled and scored in his other plate appearance back in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, this is the part of the lineup that started their 2-run rally back in the 3rd. So the Knights are hoping that Potabom can get it started again.
0-1 pitch coming up here from Schweitzer up top. 1 ball and a 1 strike. And Trey, I always kind of think at the high school level, you anticipate the top part of your order getting runs for you. But if you can get production out of the bottom part, that's really, really good.
Sure is. That's huge.
1-1 pitch, breaking ball. Thought about going around. They're going to check. They're going to say he did not, and the count will remain at 2 balls and at 1 strike.
The ball had a lot of break to it.
It did.
Not just sideways, but top to bottom. That started out probably about neck high and ended up almost in the dirt.
What do you call that, a 12-6, I think, or something like that? 2-1 pitch coming up. It's on the way up top. 3 balls and 1 strike right now on Potabom. Knights have had the leadoff hitter on once tonight, and that was the inning that they scored in. And right now they're in pretty good shape to maybe get the leadoff man on here in the 5th.
Yeah, and Potabom again, who started that third inning in Act 2.
Tigers have had the leadoff runner on in 2 of their 4 innings. 3-1 offering coming up. It is swung on and missed. Nice fastball, just got it past him. And the count runs now to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, every once in a while, Grayland just rears back and probably throws his fastball a little bit faster than what he had been throwing and able to get it by the night hitters.
3-2 offering. There is a chop route towards short. Siebenoller ranges in. The throw to first in time. And, ooh, man, I'm hoping the young man is all right. But Potabom, folks, he went off the bag and slipped and slid and bounced off. And he is, right now, it's either a knee or an ankle that he's grabbing down there. And I hope he's all right.
First, but hopefully it's turned his ankle a little bit on the bag.
6-3 on the put out there. Riley Bach helping him up, and it looks like he's going to try to walk it off. But I think what it was is he knew it was going to be a bang-bang play, and you take that little reach with your leg. You're just trying to extend it a little further than you normally do when you run, and when he came down, he didn't have that balance, and it just kind of buckled a little bit under him.
It was a tight play. Siebenoller made a nice throw, but Potabom's got good speed down the line.
Yeah, and he is walking off a little ginger, but I think more frustrated with himself for getting out at first base right now than for anything else. And that'll bring up Max Erlmeyer. Erlmeyer had a sack bunt up the first base line his first time up. That was back in the 3rd inning. So Schweitzer peering over that glove. Pitch on the way to Ludwig. Going to be taken in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1.
Yep, the umpire's consistent back there. And he's doing a good job. If I'm a pitcher, I like this umpire. And batter, you got to get there swinging.
0-1 pitch, pop foul. Now it's going to drift out of play, and the count runs to 0-2. Yeah, I tell you what, I'd take these 2 guys any day of the week with the job they've done.
Yep, I have to ask Randy Beeson where he found these guys.
Yeah.
Because it's non-conference game. The ADs most of the conference games are signed by a conference commissioner, but non-conference, the ADs are in charge.
0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, got him to chase a fastball up top. Second out. And I'm just double-checking my book. That's the first strikeout I have for Schweitzer tonight.
It is. So I have 2.
Evan Lowe will step in. He walked and scored back in the 3rd. I try to keep track of all this stuff, a running total throughout the game, but sometimes it's always nice to double-check yourself.
Nope. Yeah, you think 5th inning, that is the first strikeout, and it is.
Pitch on the way. Up top for ball 1. And that's... A lot of people look at batting average, Coach. I tend to, when I look at stats, I look at on-base percentage, and then I also look at strikeouts, because if you only struck out 2 or 3 times, but you're at 250, you're putting the ball in play.
Right.
You're just hitting it at somebody most of the time.
Right.
1-0 pitch up top. Count runs to 2 balls and no strikes. And I have learned over the years, and this is not a shot at any coaches or anybody, but sometimes batting averages may not be exactly what batting averages are.
Yeah. Who's doing the stats?
2-0 pitch inside. Count runs to 3 balls and no strikes. I've had many conversations with coaches over the years about how some stats are kept.
Yeah.
3-0 pitch on the way. In there for strike 1. Fastball, and of course, Low with the 3-0 pitch, he wasn't going to be swinging.
Right. That's a pitch you would like to hit, though, if he had it. You could have.
And I'm going to ask you after this, unless this inning ends on this pitcher, I'm going to talk to you about that. 3-1 pitch coming up. Chopper back up the middle. That is through for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Low. Got a high one right over the top of the head of the extended glove of Draylen Schweitzer, and that'll bring up the top of the order, and Logan Siebeneller 2 out with a 1 on it. My question is I completely understand don't swing with a 3-0 count. At the same time, most of the time, you know that might be the best pitch you see.
Yeah, and I think that there are some coaches that will give it to certain hitters. You know, most number 9 hitters, you're probably not going to give it to because he's batting number 9 for a reason.
Yep.
But yeah, if you got a hitter up there and you know you could crush a ball that's right down the middle.
Pitch on the way, chopped over towards third. Regaller will field. He's going to go to first. It is in time, and the Tigers out of it here in the 5th. Knights strand 1. No runs, a 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We've got the bottom of the 5th coming up. We're tied 2-2. We're back in 1 minute. Right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Coming up for you here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM KC. I want to thank Western Iowa Networks again for providing our internet tonight. Again, folks, I'm running the studio from right here on a computer in front of me. Over to my right, powered by New Way Auto Group, we've got Will Miners running our video, so you can watch and listen to the game on the CV Sports Network YouTube channel. 2-2 our score. First pitch on the way to Tate Schleichman, taken downstairs for a ball 1. Schleichman will be followed by Chase Regaller and Carter Essick. Jeff Langman, Terry Kaspabar with it. Thanks to Madeline back in the studio. Again, postseason starts tonight for softball, tomorrow night for baseball. I'll have a doubleheader on kick-up in Mason City. We've got Casey Miners down in Coon. We'll have Nick Brinks down in Elkhorn and Kimballton for the IK Manning Glidden game tomorrow night. We're going to get 5 of our 7 area baseball teams that are playing tomorrow night covered across our 3 Carroll stations.
Need 1 more station.
We do. I tried to talk Kim into it a few years ago, but there was no go on that. 1-1 pitch misses. I think they figure I covered enough sports.
You know, it's nice though to give you the 3 stations you do have that you can put games on all 3 stations.
Absolutely.
It's just
2-1 pitch on the way. There is a shot out towards center. Putney makes the catch. And there it is, 1 out. My new option, though, Terry, honestly, we can do it on our YouTube channel. We just don't do video and stuff when it comes to the playoffs. We just do an audio-only broadcast. So I have covered 4 different postseason games with our YouTube channel before. Just got to have a 4th announcer sometime. Chase Regaller will step in. Regaller 0 for 2 tonight. Pitch on the way. That one fouled back up against the screen, and the count. No balls and 1 strike. Vaughn Kettleson, our farm director, in the house here tonight. Vaughn was over emceeing the Relay for Life stuff tonight.
Too.
0-1 pitch on the way. Taken low and away, and the count now is at 1 ball and at 1 strike.
Yeah, and it used to be at the football stadium. You would be able to listen to the music here.
Yeah.
Now it's over at the Grand Park.
2-1 pitch. And Erlmeyer took one on that one. I think that one was a check swing foul ball. And Erlmeyer, the catcher, got
don't want to get hit.
Yep, and I mentioned this the other night when I was over at Boone with the Carroll High game, and Dan Palmroy texted me and said him and Jim Oliver were driving home that night listening to the game from the game they had umpired, and I mentioned the relationship that home plate umpires build with catchers throughout, and it might be a guy you see the very first time, but they both know the dangers of being in that position, and there's a relationship that gets built quickly between home plate umpires and catchers every game.
Yeah, and Palmer and Alder are doing it a long time. So
they have.
They made a lot of relationships over the years.
Yes, they have. 1-1 pitch on the way. Chopper out towards short. Ryle coming in. Going to have to make the throw quickly, and running way too fast is Regaler. Infield single. He beat that one easy. Ryle did everything he could. That was got into that infield grass, which is perfect, as it always is with Scott Parcher, but he charged. There just wasn't time to make the play.
Made the play, and there was more of a... Regaler didn't complete his swing all the way through, and so that allowed the ball to come out to Ryle a little slower than if he'd have taken a full cut, and with Regaler's speed, he was able to beat the throw.
That'll bring up Carter Essick. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball. Called the strike. Throw down to second. Regaler in with a stolen base. Regaler, very, very good base runner. 17 of 19 now in stolen bases this year. And the Tigers have the lead run at second base. The count is 0-1 on Essick. Essick walked his first time up. Eventually moved up to second. Was stranded there. And then was a single back in the fourth inning and was thrown out at home on a bases-loaded chopper over to third. That pitch in the dirt. And Ermeyer, another really nice job of getting down in front of that, and the count's 1-1. I think both of our catchers have been fantastic tonight.
It's been a nice job by both of them behind the plate. We haven't had a, sure I was going to say this, it's going to jinx it. We haven't had a pass ball or a wild pitch.
1-1 pitch on the way. Line shot. Does Putney have room? Comes up. Did he make the catch?
Yeah.
He did. Really nice catch. That one right off of the shoe tops, and that is going to be the second out here in the inning. Heck of a play that time by Carter Putney. So when I put you on the spot here, I've been here since 04. I've seen an awful lot of great center fielders. I know you have too, between these two schools. I don't want you to say who's the best, but as you look back, who are some of the really, really good center fielders for both of these teams you've seen?
Recent history, Anthony Byrink, I remember playing center field for the Tigers.
They throw out to second. Back in safely is Regaler.
Neil Molitor for the Knights back in the early 2000s. That was before he graduated, probably 03 or 04. So
yeah, I got 1 year, I think, of him, and he was outstanding.
Really good center fielder.
Pitch, breaking ball in there for strike. 0-1 the count now on Ryan North. North tonight's flown out to center and singled and scored. That came in the fourth.
Addison Patrick, good center fielder.
Pitch on the way, down in the dirt. Count now goes to 1-1.
I'm sure my memory's not as good as
and I put you on the spot kind of there. My point was is that both of these teams have really had a lot of good center fielders over the years, and you have to be to play center field in this park.
I can even, when I played in the early 70s, Glidden Ralston had one of the comp boys. I can't remember if it was Daryl or Dave. I think it was Dave, but boy, he could play center field like.
Breaking ball inside. Count runs to 2 balls in 1 strike. Back then, did you see more of the local schools able to come in here and get games on the field?
There were only 2 classes back then, so a lot of tournament games were here.
There's a fly ball. That one out into left center. Putney giving chase with it. 2 outs. He'll call off Lampman. He'll make the catch. Tigers threaten here in the bottom of the 5th, but they come up empty. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We'll head to the top of the 6th. We're tied 2-2. We're back in 1 minute right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM at KCIM.
Oh, hell no! Not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. We're tied at 2, heading to the 6th inning here tonight between Carroll and Kuemper. The Knights will have Carter Putney, Benicio Lujano, and Ethan Lowe. We were talking great center fielders. Terry, you've got one we thought of, or you thought of here during the break.
Yeah. Well, that's because I have to go back 50 years plus.
Chopper foul there. Count 0-1 on Putney.
My sophomore year, I was fortunate enough to start in left field for Kuemper, and we had a center fielder by the name of Jerry Hermson, who was a state track, and I think he still holds 1 or 2 records at Kuemper, but I didn't have to cover much ground in left because he could cover an acre out there. He needed to, but he was the fastest. He might be the fastest center fielder I've seen.
0-1 pitch, miss, count runs to 1 ball and 1 strike. I'll have somebody, it's a different sport, well, softball, but I'll bring up here in a moment. Pitch on the way, that one fouled back. When you talked about tracksters and being able to cover a lot of ground, Danny Snipe, she might be the best center fielder I've ever seen, no matter baseball or softball.
Yeah, she could. Yeah, they could have got by with maybe 5 or 6 infielders, and she just played the outfield herself.
1-2 pitch on the way. That went inside, and they're going to say that it hit him. So that one is going to be a hit by pitch. So second one for Schweitzer here tonight. That'll put Carter Putney on at first. Leadoff runner on for the Knights just the second time tonight. And Terry, I brought this up about an inning or so ago, and Kuemper has scored. The only time they had the leadoff runner on tonight was the third, and they scored that inning.
Yeah, and that's a tough one there. You're up 1-2 on the count, and you're trying to get him to swing at a pitch out of the strike zone, and instead you hit him on the toe, somewhere on the foot area. And
throw over to first and back in safely is Putney. Putney, a dangerous base runner. He has 32 of 32 in stolen bases this year, so this is one of those special kind of guys out at first base for Kuemper right now. Another throw over, and that's why you're seeing Schweitzer pay so much attention to him.
Yeah, and you saw his speed when he hit that triple, knocking the 2 runs earlier in the game. He sped around the base pass pretty fast.
Got another center fielder. Somebody just texted me off to bring up here in a second. Throw down to second as the runner goes, and bang, bang play, and just in ahead of the tag is Putney. The lead run now out at second with nobody on, and the count 1-0 on Lujano. Lujano tonight lined out to center in the first, grounded out to the first baseman back in the 4th inning. But Cody Williams, somebody just texted me.
Cody Williams, yep. He played college baseball.
I won't say Megan Neighborhouse's name, but it was Megan that told me. So sorry, Megan, I had to do it.
Megan's an old neighbor of ours.
Is she?
What's she doing listening to us?
Pitch on the way. In there for a strike, and the count is 1-1.
And when I say old, I don't mean she's old.
Right.
But she was a neighbor back 20-some years ago.
Okay. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch on the way. And I've known Megan since I started here in 04, so.
Yeah. But since I've talked about it, I think she is getting old now.
She probably won't ever text me about anything again.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll hear something from her, too.
Oh, yeah. 1-1 pitch coming up. It's on the way. Square out. Nice bunt up the third base side. That could be a base hit. Schweitzer slides down. An infield single going to move the runner over to third, and the Knights have runners on the corners. 4th hit tonight for the Kuemper Knights. And that's going to get Ryan Young, the head coach for the Carroll Tigers, out of the dugout. I don't think pitching change yet, maybe, but certainly wants to talk with his infield, because you know Kuemper, Terry, they got a runner at first, a runner on third. They're going to put something on here.
Yeah, at some point they're going to. And that was a perfect bunt by Lujano. If you have a runner on second, you try and get it to third. You want to bunt that ball right down that third base line and force either the third baseman to come in and get it, or the pitcher to make a long throw over to first. And Schweitzer knew he had to hurry. And infield, the grass might be a little bit damp right now because of the humidity, and it's getting later at night here, and just slid and actually kicked the ball into foul territory. He touched it in fair territory, but now it's Knights and 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up with runners on the corner and no outs.
And Ethan Lowe has had a really good year at the plate. 368, a double, and 13 RBI, coming in 0 for 2 tonight. A ground out to second and a fly out to center. Terry, if it's early in the game, that guy takes off for first, you probably don't worry about maybe the guy scoring from third, but we're here in the top of the 6th. That guy at third now all of a sudden becomes really important.
Yeah, and then you probably have some type of play on where you throw it down towards second and have the second baseman cut it off, or maybe you fake a throw and then try to get the runner on third coming down the line a little too far, and have Regaller on the bag to throw it back behind the runner. But we'll see here.
I want to tell you as well, Greg Custer just reached out to me and said that loves listening to you on the radio.
Oh.
So
I haven't seen Greg in quite a while.
Yeah. Great guy.
Yeah.
Having a lot of success with that North Highland weightlifting club. Throw over to first.
Lux Lumen, nice
If I
play.
remember correctly, didn't Casey do some work with Greg years ago?
He did. And our oldest son, TJ, even.
Yep.
And you're talking back in the early 2000s. I met Greg Castro when I was living in Arizona and came back one winter, and he was still working.
Yeah.
Patrolman, and
that's how I got to know him first. Was as a deputy. Yeah.
Yeah. This was back in the 80s, and he ended up stopping me and telling me he was a cousin of a kid I went to high school with.
Runners at the corners. We still have not had a pitch here to Ethan Lowe, and we're going to get a timeout called here. It's kind of been a long delay here with since the timeout ended with Coach Young out on the hill.
Looks like the Schweitzer had a little miscommunication with Ludwig.
They'll come to the plate, pitch outside. The runner now taking off with the delayed steal and moving up to second. And I think that is number 15, Tristan Jansen, out there running right now for Lujano. And that only makes sense to put a pitch runner in. And Jansen, a very, very good base runner. I think perfect in stolen bases, if I remember right, coming into the night. So runners now at second and third, nobody out, pitch on the way, in there for a strike. And the count evens up at 1-1 now on Lowe.
Yeah, I got Jansen 11 for 11 coming into tonight, so that makes him 12 for 12. Some coaches don't give that stolen base, but I think officially you do have to give him a stolen base.
That's what I was thinking on that.
On first and third.
Pitch misses up top, runs now to 2 balls in 1 strike. I think Steve Weisenborn said Jeff Weisenborn was a great outfielder.
Well, he's a lot better than his dad, I know that.
There is a chopper foul at the plate.
I never saw his dad play, but I'm assuming that.
Center fielder, pitcher, and first baseman, he said.
They come out of the woodworks, don't they?
Yeah. 2-2 pitch coming up here. This is a big situation here. We're in the top of the 6th. Part of the order up for Kuemper. There's a chopper with the infield in. That's going to get through to right field. 1 run will come in to score as North gets to it quickly. They will hold the runner up. Jansen over at third, but Putney will score on the RBI single from Ethan Lowe.
Yeah, that's when with the infield in, made it easier for that ball to get through.
So that I have is the 3rd earned run given up by Schweitzer here tonight. They haven't had an error, so
which that's a good thing.
Yep.
Now everybody's the 3rd time through the batting order here, and Schweitzer's probably getting a little tired.
Runners again on the corners. Low on over at first, pitch on the way to Lampman. Taken for ball 1. Lampman tonight has popped up to the 3rd baseman in foul territory in the 2nd inning. It was hit by a pitch in the 4th. Appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight on KCIM. 4 playoff baseball games tomorrow night. 2 on Kick, 1 here on KCIM, and 1 on Carroll. Runner goes. They'll fake the throw. So moving up to second on the play is going to be Ethan Lowe. Lowe coming into the night had been 16 of 19, on stolen bases. Count runs to 1-1 here on Kobe Lampman. So nice looking to open things up a little bit here in the 6th. There's a chopper foul. And the count goes now to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And once again, the Tigers, Voigt's backing up a little bit now, but playing in a little bit.
Yeah, still want to
halfway.
Try to take that run away at the plate if they can.
And
Knight's up to 5 hits now on the night with those 3 runs. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball, misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trevor Ryle is waiting on deck.
Yeah, this is where, as a coach, you think, oh, just concede the run and get infielders back so we can get some outs and limit the damage as much as we can and try to catch up at the bottom half.
Pitch on the way, popped up. That one out towards left field. Fleischman came in, now backpedaling, and that's going to make it easier for Jansen to tag and come in and score, Terry, because not doing anything, but his momentum's going backwards. Hard to make that throw.
That ball went deeper than I think he thought. It went deeper than I thought, too. I thought it was going to be a little shallower and have Fleischman might have a chance on the run to come in and have a play at the plate, but that was definitely deep enough to score.
So Jansen comes in to score, and that'll be the 4th run for the Knights here. They lead it 4-2, 1 out here in the inning. And that'll bring up Trevor Ryle, and there is a shot, base hit, left center. They're going to wave the runner in. The throw will come into the infield. It'll be cut off by Regaller. And a 3-run inning here for the Kuemper Knights in the 6th, and they lead it 5-2.
Yeah, nice job of hitting there by Ryle. Line drive right over Stephen Aller's head. Enough in the gap. Fleischman's momentum is taking him away from the home plate. Made a nice throw home, and Regaller did a nice job cutting it off with keeping Ryle at first base.
And Cooper Bonnebaum now steps in, singled and scored in the 3rd, grounded out to the short in the 5th. Tigers are off until Monday. Throw over to first, back in safely. Terry, how much more do you think Coach Young goes with Draylen if Kuemper continues to get base hits here?
Well, now, what is it, Friday? You got 3 days. I mean, I don't know.
You got Monday and then again on Friday.
Yeah, so I'm sure he's thinking more. He doesn't worry about Monday's game with Draylen. It's more,
next week.
Next Friday.
Another throw over to first. Back in safely again. Is it going to be Trevor Ryle? Ryle.
Somebody's going down there. Looks like.
Ryle 19 of 19 in stolen bases. Another throw over to first. Yeah, I can't quite see the number out there, Terry. I don't know if you can or not.
I don't know if that's 10, if that's Lincoln Weidel, maybe.
It could be. He would certainly be available here tonight. And I can't even see him. I can see the pole, the light pole that's kind of in the way.
Yeah, there's so many people down there.
Yeah. Pitch on the way, popped up. Jorgensen looks like he's got a bee drifting over as well, and the two outfielders run into each other, but Jorgensen able to hold on. And that is going to be the 2nd out here in the inning, but lucky that one for the Tigers that time is Fleischman coming in hard. Jorgensen had kind of planted himself, and pretty good collision out there. Yeah.
And Kate's got Jake being a freshman, don't know how much communicating he's actually doing out there, but you're 20-some games into the season, 27th game into the season. By now you would think he's knows he's got to keep talking out there.
Yeah. Max Erlmeyer will step in, throw again over to first. Ryle back in safely. Erlmeyer in the 3rd inning had a sac bunt up the first base side, and then in the 5th inning struck out swinging.
Yeah, that's number 10 down there.
Lincoln Weidel.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come in at the start of the 7th, assuming Draylen can get out of the inning here without any more damage.
Pitch on the way, chopper out towards short. They'll scoop, they go to 2nd for the 4th out. So Erlmeyer gets credited with a fielder's choice, a 6-4 on Ryle going to 2nd base for the final out, but the Knights strike. They pick up at 3 runs. They get those at 3 runs on 3 hits. There was no Tiger errors, and they leave 1 runner left on base. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It's a 5-2 Kuemper lead. We're back in 1 minute right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
We rented and rented and rented on the hopes of buying it someday. Bill and I not having any financial education at all.
Coming in first time talking with Amanda was, all right, well, what's the track? What do you do?
She taught us how to correctly do things financially and how to build our credit, how to purchase our home.
When you ask for advice and then you follow advice on it, you can really get where you want to go.
The Paco Credit Union truly helped me believe in myself again.
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we make your vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you, from our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your New Way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
DMAC's 11,000 square foot expansion is done. It features a state-of-the-art welding lab and classroom. Students can learn on their schedule a variety of welding techniques and methods now available on the DMAC Carroll campus. The expansion also includes a brand new commons area that features study spaces and will host many events, including guest speakers. With this new space, students can easily access one-on-one support from advisors and counselors. To make your educational goals a reality, come see our expansion today or call us at 792-1755.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
This is Iowa, and Avelo Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avelo Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avelo Bank, member FDIC.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales